My name is Nicole, and I'm a mother of 3. I was a high school teacher, and then I was a pastor.
You are here for a reason, and the world needs you, I need you, and the kingdom needs you.
I grew up in a strict Baptist household that taught that women are not allowed to lead. In 2017, I publicly came out as queer, and in 2019, I did my first full nude photo shoot, and it was life-changing. I cried after that photo shoot because I had never felt more holy or sacred or true than I did in that moment. I do 3 live streams a month where I dance, sing, strip, put on a whole performance, and it is amazing. When COVID happened, we all turned on our computer cameras for work, and I was like, welcome to the industry, bitches. Now, some of my former high school students are my subscribers. I went from food stamps to multiple 6 figures. I now make more in 1 month than what I used to make in a whole year as a school teacher. My sexuality is incredibly healing and sacred. And when I give this gift to other people, it blesses them. People ask, how can I be both a mom and a model? And that's when I say society has forced us to choose to be one or the other, but I deeply believe I can be both. Sex workers are typically the healthiest and most communicative humans I've ever met. I'm supposed to be slutty, broken, have daddy issues and baggage, when really, I'm just a healthy, thriving mom.
Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
So you were a teacher. What did you teach?
I taught social studies and language arts.
What grades?
8th through 12th.
Okay. And you were a pastor.
Yes.
When you made this switch, what was the impetus? What was it? Money? What was it that caused you to make the switch?
I realized I'd spent my whole life trying to be who everyone else needed me to be or who they thought I should be. And I reached a point in my life where I was like, who do I want to be? Because this isn't fulfilling and not making any money. I didn't get paid for my pastoral work. And I just started questioning all my decisions, and I decided to walk away from it all and figure out who I really am underneath it.
This is a pretty radical switch. You're divorced with 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
What caused you to choose this particular avenue instead of something else?
That's a great question. So I went viral as a pastor turned stripper, and it has that feeling of like it happened overnight. But it was a 2-year journey of walking away from everything, questioning, unlearning, relearning who I really am. And really, ever since I was a little girl, since middle school, I wanted to be a stripper. I thought everyone wanted to be a stripper. And I remember talking to my girlfriend saying that comment, and they looked at me horrified. And then I learned you probably shouldn't talk about that in Sunday school.
You thought everybody wanted to be a stripper?
Yes, I totally thought, because that's what I felt and desired so strongly. I just assumed everyone wants to do this thing. And then I very quickly and early on learned,
And
no.
what about your children? What do you think your children think about this? How old are they?
They are 7, 9, and 12.
Okay. So access to internet,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yes.
they can go. Have they seen any of your
Yeah, they know I'm a model.
postings?
I do photo shoots in my home. I have lingerie everywhere. I've had documentary teams come to my house. They hear me do interviews. And we have lots of conversations. And people will often ask me, how could you do that to your children? And I said, well, how can I raise them in a shame-free, body-positive, sex-positive home? Like, it's one of the best gifts I could give them.
Mm-hmm. Would you be okay with your daughter doing this?
Yeah, and I actually feel really grateful that if my kids ever went into it, that I have the experience I have and the wisdom I've learned over the years, that I could hopefully be an incredible support system so they can do it in a way that I would hope is healthy and grounded, which is how I do all my work.
Do any of y'all have any questions or comments that you want to make? In the back, raise your hand real high.
I'm Shelby, and I was wondering, as far as like your extended family, like your parents or your grandparents, are you avoiding questions from them, or are you open with them as you are with your kids?
My mom is incredibly supportive. Courtney was actually a little unsure in her family, but recently her grandmother passed. She went back, spent time with her family, and they actually talked about what she does, and they're so proud of her. Everybody in our life is approving of it.
I unfortunately have a different story. I've lost my family. So it's been a grieving process for me to lose family for being who you are and doing what you love. And I live with that duality. I love what I do. I don't regret it for an instant. I wish I'd started it sooner. And it's really heartbreaking that my family couldn't come to support me.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.